Alright everybody, welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. So today what we're doing, we're planting some more stuff. Now, I want to show you, I got this book, my daughter got it for me for Christmas from a used bookstore. It's copyrighted in 1975. Pretty interesting book, talks about all the different things that grow well together. I have a little paper I got off of Pinterest, but this kind of goes into depth. It's a pretty neat little book. If you find a copy or something like it, I highly recommend it. So, today, over here, let me show you this real quick. Over here along this row, I planted beets. Now beets are supposed to get along really well with kohlrabi, which is what I've got next to it. Alright, and then over here, walk this way. I planted cabbage here. Now the reason I planted it here is you can see my rows of onions along here. Alright, and supposedly cabbage gets along well with onions. So we're going to find out. And we planted a row of cabbage there. I'll plant some more over here a little later on. But right now what we're going to plant is I'm going to plant cauliflower and celery. Now, I will tell you on both the cauliflower and the celery, celery it says to plant August to September down where I'm at down here in the south. The next one up is March to August. We're going to go ahead and try it now. It says that this is a cool weather crop, and we don't have a lot of cool weather, so I want to try and get it now. So that's going to be the celery. And then next to that, we're going to try and plant cauliflower. Now, I planted cauliflower before, but it was later in the season and none of it ever sprouted up. This is another cool weather crop, and it is related to cabbage, so I'm thinking hopefully it will be able to take a small cold snap, maybe a quick freeze, and we'll see how that works out. But let me show you. Alright, I've already got the furrow dug here. So I'm going to do the celery and then the cauliflower because I've got cabbage next to, well, bok choy, which is a type of Chinese cabbage. Alright, so it says to plant them about a 1/4 inch deep, spacing 30 inches by 6 inches, so by 6 inches apart. Alright, so we're going to plant them down here. We'll sprinkle them liberally and see what happens. Man, these are tiny, tiny seeds. So I'm probably going to just sprinkle. Alright, he's going to sprinkle. You want to look? Little itty bitty seeds. Alright. So let's go ahead and we will just sow them in the row. I've never grown celery, and I heard somewhere that you can't grow celery in Florida. Not enough of a cool season. But for $1.78, I think it was $1.78. How much were they? Yep, $1.78. For $1.78, we'll find out. Worst comes to worst, we'll try it again at a different time of year, maybe in the fall, if that doesn't work out. Alright, then we're going to just take our sticks up, move over. Now, this is my walking path through here, so we're going to move over a tad. Go from about there. To about there, thereabouts, something like that. Man, if I can get cauliflower to grow, I will be so excited. As my kids and everybody likes broccoli, and I think broccoli's nasty. Ew. Ew. This one says about 1/2 inch deep. So we're going to go a little deeper. Not a lot deeper, but some. Keep in mind that whole general rule of thumb of about 3 times the size of the seed is the depth that you should be planting. Plus or minus a few. You just use the string to kind of guide you along. Now, is it critical how deep you get them? Some people say it is. I think they're full of crap. But hey, that's just me. What do I know? Oh, you're stepping on my plants. Let me show you this little trick I just kind of figured out. So I like to be able to close my seed packages back up. So I pull them off carefully so that the flap is still there. And then I use my little tags, if I can find it. Oh, the other pocket. You ever watch George Carlin? He talks about how pockets have ruined society. It's terrible. If you didn't have pockets, you wouldn't need stuff. The only reason we got stuff is so we can fill up our pockets. So we got more pockets and more pockets. Next thing you know, we got garages, storage units. But when I open it up, then I can just kind of take this and get a nice clean cut across the top. Now you can see these seeds are a bit larger. All right, very similar to cabbage seeds. All right, it is a cabbage family, apparently. And that's why I'm thinking that it should be okay to plant it this early. Because cabbages typically can take a light frost. And we're going to plant a little closer than recommended. And I will pull out the extras as necessary. If I get plenty of them to grow. And give them to my kids or neighbors or what have you. Now I don't know about cauliflower, but I know that broccoli, which is somewhat closely related, the leaves themselves are delicious. Even though I don't much care for broccoli, I will eat the leaves. And worst comes to worst, if I just get some leaves and no heads, I'll try the leaves out and see how they taste. And we'll get back to you once everything grows up or not, and let you know kind of how it all worked out. Now, for those of you out there who are saying, man, I would love to garden, but I just can't because I just don't have the time. I mean, this whole video, planting 2 rows of stuff, probably not going to be 10 minutes. But the actual time out here, planting now, is not real long. So, I mean, it's up to you. But I think that you'll find, once you really look into it, that the time it takes to garden is much less than some people would have you believe. And I still believe that it is people's civic duty to actually do some gardening. Alright, because if you garden, then you reduce the amount of produce that has to be brought in from other countries, which means less gas brought in and a lot less resources going into it. Everything I grow here goes from my garden to my table, and we eat it, and it's as simple as that. All right, everybody, don't forget to water your plants in. All right, every time you plant seeds, a lot of times they will not germinate unless they get moist. So if you don't water them, then they're probably not going to germinate. And a lot of times when people have trouble getting their seeds to germinate, it's due to lack of water. So water them in the day you plant them, give them a good soaking, and then basically I will keep watering these daily at least until I see an inch and a half of growth. And then after that, I'll go to maybe once every other day or once every third day. You know, of course, now that depends on whether or not you got rain. If you got rain, you don't need to water. But you need to make sure you get some water on your seeds and keep them moist until they actually sprout up and start making plants. All right? All right, so once again, thanks for stopping by. do me a favor, hit a like on the video if you would. Today, again, what we got planted, we planted celery, we're planting cauliflower, we planted cabbage, and we planted beets. All right, and today is the 25th of January here in northern Florida. So we'll let you know how it goes. Thanks again. Like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. And don't forget, grow something.